23. And I can remember that feeling even today. That feeling of owning my first home. When I am serving the students, they move from across South Africa to Gauteng, not knowing where they are going, not knowing if the environment will be suitable enough for them to study and be great and be a success they want to be. I want that space because it is a space that when you're touched by it, when you touch someone in that space, their life will never be the same again, and they will never forget that moment. Mine is to change South Africa one day at a time, to touch the lives of people in South Africa one day at a time. There is no better space in the property investment than affordable housing and student accommodation to do just that.
So when you look at the vision when you founded the company and how the vision has evolved now, what's the difference? What's the in-between?
We can't say there's a difference, but there's a build-up to it. There's new things that are coming in. So I wanted to create a business that will build generational wealth and create opportunity for young people. In that process, when I finally find myself having 700 plus students, and I'm seeing them in my property every day, or in my properties every day, I realized what God wanted from me was not just to provide the shelter for them, but to empower their life for the greater good. And that is where Opal Students Foundation came in. Because when I looked at the business and how it is growing, I knew that bringing in a foundation is going to be more impactful, and it's going to accelerate opportunities that we are bringing in for young people. And by simply establishing that foundation, we started gaining collaborations and partnerships from big businesses that comes in to say, we want to train your young people. We want to mentor them. We want to give them opportunities for growth. We want them to be impactful leaders of tomorrow. So the business itself, in turn, encouraged me to have this foundation that is today deemed as one of the most impactful platforms in South Africa when it comes to youth empowerment.
And then, with Opal Students, you ended up setting up a foundation.
Yes.
And within the student accommodations, you also actively teach students to invest in property. Can you take us through what the thinking behind that is? You've got young people that are there to study,
yes,
and they live in your properties.
Yeah.
And at the same time, they're learning how to do property because you are there.
Yes. Because, as I said earlier, this for me is a calling. I'm living a life of purpose. That's what I believe. Yes, I've got this thriving business. It's a multi-million business today. It's got over 700 students. But is that all that I need as Patricia? I've always known from the corporate that I need more than that. I want to impact lives of young people. So when these young people are in our facilities and I'm looking at all the careers that they're following, I knew that there's a space for them to learn property investment. I'm an environmental scientist, but now a property investor. I don't know.
Award-winning property investor. I'll say it for you. Don't worry. If you can't say it, I will say it for you. An award-winning, multi-award-winning property investor.
That's what I wanted to say, but I didn't know how to say it. I feel like.
Don't worry. You're in the right space.
Yes. So I felt I've got a platform big enough to empower young people to follow what I have followed, without having to worry about the cost implications, where to go for funding, and everything in between. Because I'm already familiar with the space, I'm successful in it, I can actually hold them by hand and take them to the different spaces. So I opened up a mentorship program for the young Opal students, and they have to perform well at school first before I enroll you in my mentorship program as an Opal student. You have to do well. We host gala dinner where we award excellence, and your top performing students are awarded in that space. And those students are then taken on to a property investment mentorship. We see them through that entire process, and our intention is to see them become property investors young. And when that is happening, I know that I'm fulfilled. I've got an opportunity. I was mentored by people who showed me where to go, what to do, how to do it. I want to give it for free to the young Opal students. The Opal students that we're talking about, for those who don't know them, our student name brand is Opal Students. is in Gauteng. Everyone who stays there, we call them an OPAL student. So they've got this free opportunity to be trained in anything they want to be, but specifically property investment.
What motivated the vision? Apart from you saying you've got a calling and you say, what exactly do you want to see as the outcome of that?
You know, when every time we talk about how unemployment rate of the young people specifically in South Africa is, I'm always motivated to say, you are well capable, Patricia, of creating a space in which you can contribute towards the reduction of unemployment among the young people in South Africa. That's all I'm working towards. I want independent young